Hello and welcome. I'm Liam, the music reviewer. I can't believe Carl Weezer died in Infinity War. Too young, too young. Good night, sweet prince. And today we're going to be talking about the new Post Malone album, Beerbongs and Bentleys. Yes, when he's not on the H3 podcast nearly every single week from the looks of it. Post Malone's been making music which, for better or worse, is pretty pretty big. When it came to Mr. Poochie Dog Mustache Man, I've just never really been big on him, which is why I said it like that, because White Iverson just fucking sucks. Congratulations. It's a song. Never really found myself being all that won over by it. Same can be said about that album, Stoney. I think it's just plain bad. That album, I think it's horribly mixed. I think Post singing on it is just very basic, even subpar at points, and really just there's not a single song on there that I could. It's that forgettable an album that, bar Congratulations, the big song on that, I couldn't name one. They just all kind of just melded into this one big disappointing mesh. And then there was Rockstar, the biggest song of 2017, I'd say, or at least one of them if it's not Bodak Yellow, with 21 Savage, and yeah, just again a song that I never got anything out of it. There's no entertainment from that song. For me, it's fine. It's just, but that's the thing though. It's just fine. It's like, it's just there. I really could not find a positive merit about it to this point. So it came to last Friday. Beer Bongs and Bentleys came out, and I just thought, you know what? I'll just listen to it. I hate to be one of these people that says they hate a record without actually listening to it just because they didn't like the stuff prior. Like, gotta give it the benefit of the doubt. And so, opening track Paranoid comes on. Subpar mixing that was really prevalent on Post Malone's debut, Stoney, is all but absent here. It's actually like competent. His singing is vastly improved, if you ask me. I can tolerate it. A lot of points I can enjoy it, and especially on this song Paranoid, I really think that there's some emotion to it. He does have like a very like drowsy vocal performance, especially with his flow when he's rapping, but here it feels like there's some, like, he's genuinely engaged, that what he's singing about is something that means something to him and isn't just something he's singing about it for the sake of mentioning it. And I was just kind of, I was taken aback by it, because I'm like, I'm genuinely enjoying a Post Malone song. Maybe this is like the start of something. There's like some like really nice like these like background vocals are kind of like really washed out and spliced throughout. At certain points are pitched, like kind of like they add something to it. At least they're not just kind of there as jesting. And I'm just there thinking to myself, holy shit, we've got a Post Malone album here that's starting off really strong. This could really be like a real surprise. This could be one of the best hip hop projects, or at least one of the most surprisingly good hip hop projects of 2018. Maybe he is going to push the genre like he said he was. He was going to really do something really creative. It's not going to be another Post Malone project. It is just another Post Malone project. Yep, because no matter how Post is trying to kind of make himself seem as this very like anxious, skeptical guy who we could maybe sympathise with, or like at least relate to, even if he's like far richer and more popular than we'll ever be. Like there was something there. There was something to grab onto, and then it's just immediately like, it does not take long for this album to kind of go, you know what, you thought you were getting something good, like this was maybe worth the hour or so that you wanted to listen to this to. Yeah, you're really going to get like 7 minutes of enjoyment here, because Spoil My Night is just very generic trap production. Sway Lee is on this, and he's fine. Like, I think that whenever he pops up in this album, like, he's not like, it's not like it's not phoned in or anything like that. Like, he's not so much like trying to look. He's just got like a natural kind of charm that maybe just kind of stands out more because of how drab everything else is. I can't really say that confidently at this point, because I don't know how it would stand out on an album with a bit more interesting elements going on. There's a bit of like an exotic flair that pops up, but really it's just dress, and it doesn't really pop enough that like really it should have been like a bit of that of that like instrumental. Like, it should have been like fully implemented into it and not just kind of like occasionally popping up. It would have kept it a bit interesting. The lyrics on here are atrocious. Like, they are just so laughably bad. There's a line, "I ain't even seen her face, but she got beautiful boobies," which is so laughably bad. It's just, oh, for I was listening to this album for the first time, and when this line popped up, I couldn't stop thinking about it. I had to share it on Twitter, and I just, oh my god. Getting back on track though. Yeah, this song's about flexing and cheating, because yeah, that's really what should follow up your opening track that's meant to make us feel sorry for you, or make us feel some sort of sympathy for you. We can maybe see the argument being made that when it comes to some sort of narrative being formed, because Rich and Sad follows it up and it's all about him like saying sorry to his girlfriend, like basically saying, "Oh, I wish the money had made you stay," and all that. It's really like reductive, and just it doesn't feel like he kind of cares as much. Like I do admit that the hook like really does like dig into you, and it is quite catchy. And then again, there's like some sort of like delivery here where like he sounds frustrated at himself, but like again lyrically, it just feels like he's trying to act like he cares, but what he's saying doesn't really kind of like match up to what he's like really trying to deliver here. Again, it started off so well, this album, but you'll notice as we talk about it, it just keeps going down and down. Though there is like a slight uphill battle going on here when it comes to Zach and Codeine, which is just sometimes it's hard to explain why a song is just kind of like good fun. This kind of like the song that's like I have this challenge with, because yeah, everyone's mentioned how it's a reference to the Disney show, and yeah, Mr. Mosby should have got more references. It's really not that deep though. Like, I feel like Post Malone is really on his way to having a J. Cole kind of audience and fan base where they just analyse things far too much. Definitely the kind of song I could probably see myself like chucking on at prees after like having a rum and coke or 5. But after this point, we really just kind of like, yeah, it goes on a really steep downward trajectory here, because the songs kind of either range from being like okay, like bearable, but really kind of bland, especially after like kind of like one after the other, or just kind of like they're just plain bad. I think with the song "Taking Shots," which follows up right after, it kind of like faces the same kind of kind of like issue that Zack and Codeine could have faced as well. It's like a very like thin line between being just kind of like a fun pop rap song and then just becoming like really generic, or just again reductive is probably the word that I'll use most when describing this album, because it is very kind of thin. Like, some songs manage it well, some songs don't, but here I feel like, yeah, it just kind of sadly becomes just kind of like a meh, like just the embodiment of just being meh. I can't really see myself coming back to this song all that much, though I could probably see people like seeing this as quite like a party tune, but I feel like it is just kind of, it's too bare bones for me, just far too bare bones. I made my feelings clear on Rockstar at the start of this video. Has my opinion changed after hearing it in the context of the album? No, not really. I think maybe because of what surrounds it, you could make the argument that, oh, it kind of boosts it up a little bit, but really I just I'm not really seeing the appeal that everyone else is seeing. You can try and say, oh, him and 21 Savage are trying to say how rappers are now the new rock stars, and that kind of like exploring how they compare to like the stuff of people like Jimmy Page and all that. If that is who you're comparing yourself to, not looking good for you guys. For full transparency's sake, when I review or rate an album, I make sure I listen to it at least twice. I think there's certain albums where that is the bare minimum. I don't think that you should listen to an album 5 times, because some albums kind of like their worth is pretty much established after just a few. And I gave Beerbongs and Bentleys like 4 listens, because I was hoping that eventually maybe like I would get into the mood of it. Maybe there was something that was gonna click, but it didn't at all. And it's an hour and 4 minutes long, which technically isn't like a huge like runtime. Like, a lot of like my favourite albums do go over that runtime quite a fair bit, but it's more about justifying it. Like you could have like a 3 hour long album. Like, the perfect example is movies. Like, I've just seen Infinity War, which is like 2 hours and 40 minutes. I saw Blade Runner 2049, which was like nearly 3 hours long, if I'm remembering correctly. But they films didn't feel it, whereas like you could watch like an hour and a half long film and go, that was too long. You're stretching it very thin here. And Post Malone pretty much is doing that exact same thing here. It just gets very grating, especially when it gets to the second half, because there's nothing of any merit here for me. There's just certain songs where it just feels like he's when he tries to say that he's pushing the genre, really what it means is he's just gonna kind of like try and copy what other people are doing, but because it's him, it somehow makes it different. Blame It On Me it just sounds like Post just heard like Bon Iver for the first time and went, oh, I'm gonna do that. Just it's not like a horrible like reimagining or anything like that, but like if you've heard Bon Iver and then you hear this, you just kind of think to yourself, why am I listening to just like a much just a worse rendition of it, really? When it comes to other songs, like that's one that I need to mention. The very politely titled song "Same Bitches," which we're just supposed to get off at complaining about how all girls are the same, and basically just like really ragging in on them. When a lot of these songs, like you'll hear one track and then you hear a track maybe like 10-15 minutes later and you go, oh, that's awfully similar to what I just heard here, because a lot of these songs do borrow from the same kind of like trap production like blueprint. So yeah, I think that's a little bit hypocritical, mate. Just a little bit. I think maybe why I do feel kind of just like more harsh on this, because I think for a lot of people this would just be like a decent album, but for me I feel like decent would be kind of ignoring the fact that Post wants to feel like he's pushing the genre, and every artist does it when it comes to like the press circuit. They want to like really like big themselves up, but songs like Stay just sounds like a weaker Bareface song. We get Ball For Me, which is nothing special. If anything, I could probably see somebody like Drake having a go over it, especially because the chorus is like kind of like an inflection where it's like, oh, that kind of sounds a bit Hotline Blingy. Maybe that's an absolute reach, maybe, but that's what my brain like immediately went to for that. And yeah, just a lot of the songs borrow, like I say, from this same kind of like trap blueprint. There's not really anything engaging going on in the second half of this album. Not even so much in the first half, but like I say, Zack and Codeine and Paranoid are two songs where I feel I will come back to it and that I get some sort of value from it. Unfortunately, this album is just a bit of a slog. Like, I can definitely kind of like praise it, or maybe not so much praise it, but go, well done, your mixing's better, Austin, your singing is much better as well, and there's at least some like songs in here that I'll remember that I can find like interest in, and like I say, we'll come back to, but it just falls victim to this whole thing where we're seeing artists drop like 18 track, 20 track albums just to get the stream figures in, and it is, I just don't see why. Like, I can't believe I'm gonna do this. KOD by J. Cole, like it was a very tight album. Again, I had my thoughts about that. You can watch my review, but it was like J. Cole's like fifth number one album, if I'm remembering correctly, and I didn't have to go absolutely overboard. I'm sure this will probably do even better because it's got those 18 songs, and people will feel the need to go back to them and time again. There's probably some new singles on here that like will get more kind of like radio play and might end up being one of those kind of songs that, due to overplay, I'll start to hate. But yeah, it just totally falls victim to this whole thing, and bar two songs, it just felt like an hour of my life where I wasn't so much insulted. There's definitely worse albums I've heard this year. I wouldn't really expect me to like go in on this album when it comes to the end of the year. I really don't think it's that bad at this point. It's maybe relatively harmless, but like if I'm viewing it from the perspective of a critic and trying to like really determine like how it fares against other albums, it's just not good. It's not pure shite. We're not quite at that kind of level of bad. It's just very kind of just bleh. That's really all I can think of. If I was gonna grade it, like strong 3 to light 4, and I know 3 sounds really harsh, but really it gets to that point where I found it a bit kind of boring and just kind of bad. But who knows? Maybe like I'll maybe be like a bit less harsh on it and go, oh well, maybe I should save the freeze and whatnot for albums that are truly bad. But if Fantano can give King Cruel a 4 out of 10 for an album that's much higher, then I can give this whatever the fuck I want. But yeah, what do you guys make of this? Make this album? I know there's a lot of Post Malone fans out there, especially with him having a bit more presence in the YouTube scene because of H3H3, and he's just a huge star in general. Just let me know what you guys think. Do you think it's decent, great, dog shit? Just let me know. But yeah, I've been Liam the Music Reviewer. Thank you for watching the video. And yeah, stay safe, stay hydrated, and I'll see you very soon.